Hey, happy Friday, everybody, or Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm thinking it's Friday already, Jason. Hey, welcome to another Chamber Check-in episode from Idaho's only five-star accredited chamber. And I'm so excited today to feature the Boise Rescue Mission. And I've got Vice President of Development with us today, Mr. Jason Billister. Hi, Jason.
Paul, good afternoon. It's so good to be with you.
Hey, thanks for taking your time, Jason. I see you all over the community at least once or twice a week for the last 10 years, it seems like. And this is the Boise Rescue Mission has been a huge community pillar for over 50, maybe 70 years. I'll let you tell that story. But as you know, Jason, the Chamber of Commerce, our Boise Metro Chamber, is a regional business advocacy organization that aims to enhance this place we live, work, and play. And Jason, the Boise Rescue Mission, as you know, has been an integral part in enhancing the lives of the community, the people who live in the community. So I would love for you to share the origin story and the mission and vision and get to all that stuff with the Boise Rescue Mission. But these chamber check-ins, Jason, as you know, has been a great way to help share our members' people as well. So why don't we start with you, Jason? Tell us a little bit about you, your background, and your history of work that led you to the Boise Rescue Mission.
Thanks so much, Paul. You know, we love Boise Chamber. We love our community. It's truly generous and compassionate. And you all bring the businesses together and help nonprofits like Boise Rescue Mission. And I just want to say thank you. And, you know, I moved, well, let me rewind a little bit. Oh, Michael, shout out to you. Thank you. Hey, David. Uh, you know, I grew up in a place far, far away down in Southern California. And, you know, my mom's side of the family were all entrepreneurs and millionaires. And my dad's side were all pastors and missionaries. And I grew up with this interesting idea that I had to make all this money in order to be successful. Then I could give some to churches and nonprofits and community. And, you know, I pursued that dream for years and years. I moved around. I lived in Montana, New York, Canada, Sun Valley. I moved back to New York, and I landed in Pocatello to finish up school at Idaho State University. And I moved from Pocatello to Boise to pursue this great big career, you know, with a big company. And I was chasing after pharmaceutical companies. And, you know, they wouldn't call me back. I was right out of college. I needed money quickly, and I needed to activate those opportunities. And my road to success just wasn't lining up. And I ended up, I got a call from a family member from my grandma in Washington who said, you should call Reverend Bill Roscoe. You know, the guy runs the rescue mission. He helps homeless people, and he knows a lot of people. Well, 4 months later, when I really was out of money, I called him and I met with him. And he liked me. I liked him. You know, I showed up dressed up, armed with my resume, and I showed him where I'd worked and what I'd done. He said, you want to come work for us? You know, and I respectfully said, no, thank you. But, you know, you all do good work. And, you know, a few minutes passed, and he leaned back in his chair and said, young man, there's the door. He said, I'm going to call you in a week. I want you to pray for a week. I want you to come work for us. So I earnestly took that. I took that whole week to pray and think about my future and career. And that's when I joined the rescue mission. So I've been with the rescue mission for 15 years total.
Wow. What a great story, Jason. I had no idea your background. Okay. All right. So you were influenced by what the Boise Rescue Mission does and the people that are involved. Now, help me share through this broadcast the origin story of the Boise Rescue Mission. When did it start, and why did it start? And we'll start from there.
Well, I tell you, it's a compelling ministry, and it started right here in Boise back in 1958. There were a group of elders from a church. You know, we used to have a train running through town, and you'd have hobos. You know, these guys drinking, and they'd hop off the train. They'd stay for a few days, and they'd get back on the train and go to the next destination. Well, it was cold. And this group of elders from a couple of different churches said, we've got to do something more. We've got to start a rescue mission. So they raised some money and put together what became Christ's Gospel Rescue Mission. It was operating out of the back of an abandoned Chinese restaurant down on Capitol Boulevard, where the Grove Hotel stands today. And you fast forward a few years, they'd worked on raising money, linking arms with businesses just like today who support us and help keep our doors open. And they started what was Front Street Rescue Mission down on 5th and Front. Now, that shelter was for men only, but anybody could eat there 3 meals a day. And since that Front Street shelter opened up in 71, we have expanded to about 200,000 square feet of facility space now. So we have 2 shelters in Boise, our River of Life Men's Shelter and City Light Home for Women and Children. And then in Nampa, we have our Recovery Lodge, Valley Women and Children's Shelter. And we have the Ukrainian Welcome Center, which is actually our lighthouse rescue mission that we've allowed another organization to help war-torn homeless Ukrainians who were being reintegrated here. And 54 transitional rooms and apartments for people that complete our recovery programs and as part of their road to recovery. Will get back on their feet, stay with us, make money, save money, pay down debt, raise credit history, and get back on their feet.
So the whole mission and vision from the 50s is to be a support system for folks that are maybe down on their luck, or like you mentioned, those hobos back in the day who were traveling around and kind of vagrants. And I think that's amazing. And so you have 3 locations, right, to serve?
We do. Actually 4, 2 in Boise and 2 in Nampa.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you more about some new developments at our Lighthouse Rescue Mission in Nampa a little later.
Okay. All right.
Now, our tagline, our mission statement is to restore faith, hope, and family. And what that means is we want to help people overcome homelessness and heal from addiction. And it starts with a conversation that will lead to a hot meal, a safe place to stay, emergency overnight shelter, a variety of recovery programs, and then transitional housing.
How do people get a hold of you? And do you get, do people just walk in off the street, or do you get referrals from people like, hey, these folks, these families need some help? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, anybody can walk into our facilities 24/7. You see, we're open 24/7, 365 in Boise and Nampa. So whether somebody checks in at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., our facilities are always open. We have staff who warmly greet them, welcome them in, get them out of the cold, out of the heat, and provide a safe place to stay. It's pretty common amongst the homeless population where resources are available. People might find us online or hear about it from another conversation about where to find, a hot meal and a place to stay. 211 is also a great resource to find out more about Boise Rescue Mission and our services and programs.
Okay. Well, I wonder how the services that the Boise Rescue Mission have changed or grown to meet the growing population from the 50s. Can you share a couple things that might have been different back then that are different now?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for asking, Paul. That's a really good question. And we've gone from soup, soap, and salvation, or in other words, 3 hots and a cot, to wraparound services for each person on a case-by-case basis. So when somebody walks through our front doors, we ask them, let me rewind. They're going to meet with one of our counselors. And we're going to ask them some basic questions. How are you doing emotionally and physically and financially and spiritually? Where's your family? So once we understand where they're at, we ask what they need. How can we help them overcome homelessness through one of our services and programs? So from there, we'll offer emergency overnight services, a variety of recovery programs, starting with addiction recovery, mental health care, case management, education, job reentry, veterans program, children's program, teens program. The list is long, and they can choose what would fit them best to move towards restoration and recovery. Then we offer transitional housing.
Wow. So you've really grown to helping a full service for somebody who's coming in, and you probably learn a lot about them, the people. And I've always thought about, you drive your pickup down underneath the freeway and you see people holding cardboard signs, and oftentimes I think about who that person is and how they got to that spot. And on your website, there's a subject line called finding the lost, or tell me, did I say it right? It's maybe not finding the lost, or where you're like, I saw a picture of like some of your team looking into a trailer and like, hey,
Oh, yes, yes.
yeah, tell me about that.
We'd actually launched a new street outreach ministry. It started with a partnership with the city of Nampa. And we talked to some businesses downtown here in Boise and said, how can we help you? And we found out that there were more and more car campers, people living in motor homes and SUVs, camp trailers, and really in survival mode. So what we did is we got our staff together, thought about it, prayed about it, and put together an effective plan to take hot coffee, breakfast, materials about the rescue mission, and a gallon-sized bag of dry dog food, and um, an overstuffed bag of toiletries that our volunteers have put together. So we start the conversation with a knock on the door, asking them to come out, get a hot cup of coffee, some free breakfast, and let's talk. And I'm telling you, Paul, it's been incredible. The conversations we've had with people, praying with them right in the streets and saying, you know what, we'll make you a deal. Why don't you come down, take a hot shower, get some clean clothes, get a meal, and we will help you. We'll provide a place for you to park. And it's been successful. And so that's the new street outreach ministry you're referencing.
I love it. Thanks for taking the bull by the horns on that. I think that's an active way to do it. And it's tangible. It's real. You're getting to know the people and maybe connecting with their family as well. I think that's amazing. And there's another piece that I saw. It's called Teens for Teens. Tell me a little bit about that.
We were very fortunate to be nominated by the Treasure Valley Givers, a local networking group who really has a big and positive impact. They chose us and they said, we're going to help you do a big fundraiser. What do you need? And from there, we'd identified an immediate need or an urgent need that's coming up for the holidays. You see, Paul, when it gets colder, we get fuller, and we'll see a lot more women with children. And think about Christmas, toys, meals. Well, Toys for Tots, wonderful, wonderful program. And we are one of their other largest participants in the program that we distribute the toys that they collect and provide. Well, the cutoff is at age 12. So what do you do with the teens who are staying with you? So we identified this need, Teen for Teens, and where teenagers and local business community can come alongside, help us raise money to purchase gift cards for our teens that we can give, or we can give to parents to give to their teens for Christmas.
I love it. I had no idea how many teens there are that need the support or have a lack of support. So this
we're
is
averaging. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is just another opportunity for you to share, right?
Well, we're averaging more than 30 children who stay with us per night in our facilities in Boise and Nampa. And when we have teenagers, they're kind of in an awkward time and it's hard enough being, homeless and living in a homeless shelter. Oh. So we want them to feel important and special and receive that gift card that they can use to purchase what they want, what they need.
Okay. All right. How can businesses help, Jason? Tell us a little bit about how the business community can get involved.
Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you for asking. And first, let me say, last night we had 344 men, women, and children sleep in our beds. We're serving over 600 meals per day. So if any members of this business community want to get involved, host a food drive for us. We can sure use the food. If you'd like to come down and take a guided tour, if you'd like to volunteer, go to our website, click on the Get Involved button, get signed up, or make a cash gift that we can put to immediate use to help people. We're yoked with God and not government. We don't receive any government money, Paul. So we need all the help we can get.
Okay. As Jason mentioned, the Boise Rescue Mission.org, it's boiserm.org. You can go online. I'm online right now looking at all the different ways to get involved. There's a direct phone number here to give as well. And right on their homepage, you can give right through there. October events. Tell us what to expect in the next few weeks, sir.
Certainly, on October 6th, we have Rescue Mission Day, where we will be at 3 different Fred Meyer stores from about 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Overland, Chinden, and Fairview. We'll be handing out shopping lists. So come out, grab a shopping list, pick up some of the needed essential food supplies on that list, just drop it off. That's a big help. And then on 10/10, we have Teen for Teens, where Treasure Valley Givers will be hosting an incredible event down at the Big Jump building. So come on down, participate. We encourage businesses to get signed up if you'd like to host a booth, make a gift, and help us help teens. And then last, on October 14th, we're celebrating our 65th anniversary. If you'd like to come down and take a guided tour to meet our staff and see how we're putting your gifts to use to help people, we invite you to join us.
Awesome. All those events are under the BoiseRescueMission.org website under their events tab, or under the Get Involved tab. There's an events piece there. Check that out. Hey, while I have you for maybe a minute or two left, Jason, is there anything else that you'd like to educate the public on while I have you?
I just want to say thank you on behalf of Reverend Roscoe and our staff and guests. Thank you to our generous and compassionate community who makes everything we do possible.
Well, Jason, you're the man. Your whole team is amazing. I saw you out at a fun run the other day, and I thought that was incredible. I got to hear the story again, and there's some great people out there who give to the right things. And thank you for being that funnel for us to be able to help those that need. So, Jason, I really appreciate your time. Say hi to the team from us, and have a great weekend.
Well, thanks so much to you, Boise Chamber of Commerce, and all the businesses involved. We appreciate you, and God bless you.